right now. 23 seconds. All right. And then right after that, we're going to go into.
Before you go live, Rob.
Yes. Well, we are actually live.
Okay, never mind.
But what's going on? We still have the 30-second time. I mean,
when I sign these pictures for the people, the whole point is to put them back in that envelope.
Bag. Yo, man, it's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool.
What is up, my friends? Rob Fury here, talent relations specialist here at Streamily.com. And I'm here with the talent coordinator here, Morgan Doe. And we are so happy, well, or frightened to have the horror legend, Kane Hodder. How are you doing this phenomenal day?
I am doing great, you guys. And you know what occurred to me while those clips were running is that I'm not real friendly in my movies. I just picked up on that. So when you twist someone's head off their body, that's not really too friendly typically.
Oh, yeah, no, not at all. I think that I would say that you would need a hug, but yet again, you can't really hug somebody when you have a machete or an axe in your hand. So,
oh yes, you can. Sure, you can.
Not the type of hug we would like.
I like to hug. I like to hug people around their throat.
That's the intimate. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what? To each their own. To each their own.
Right.
We have just going into the comments right now. We have Floofy Gaming on YouTube saying, "I love you, Kane."
Thank you very much.
Floofy Gaming. So first off, how does it feel to be just one of the most iconic slasher horror movie entity? I'm not even gonna say you're a monster. You're an entity. You're a force to be reckoned with. How does it feel to know that you literally have made Jason what Jason is?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure about that, but I give all the credit to the fact that I played Jason to a man named John Buechler. He directed part 7 and he did the makeup effects, which I think is the best look of Jason myself. Not just because I did it, just as a fan, I liked how Jason looked. And so he was the main reason that I was ever in the position to play the character, because, CJ Graham, who's a buddy of mine, played Jason in part 6. I think he did a good job. And I was surprised that Beekler was insisting that I play the character because we had done a movie called Prison with Rennie Harlan up in Wyoming with Viggo Mortensen, and I played a character in a big makeup for Beekler. And based on that performance, when he got the job of directing Part 7, he said, "This is the guy I want to play Jason." And he would never hear any other suggestions for it. So he pushed for me. And obviously, this character had been around for 6 films before I ever entered the picture. So it was already known around the world. And I try to explain this to people, but it's impossible to do so. That imagine a character you've loved for years in 6 continuous movies, 6 successive movies, and now you're the person that might play that character. Unbelievable honor, and I couldn't believe it was happening. But again, all because of Beekler. I played the character in Part 7, and for a few months after we finished that film, I started signing autographs, which I had never done before, because now I played a character that people know. And I used to sign for the first, I think, 10 or 11 months after that movie was finished. I would sign things for people and put Jason number 7. And because I was one of 7 guys that played the character. Once I was asked to do the next movie, then I dropped the number 7 thing because nobody had played the character in more than one film and still hasn't. So I feel, very fortunate because of that.
That is amazing. That is amazing. And but yet again, ladies and gentlemen, you see, for the eagle-eyed horror fans, they know you as, of course, Jason Voorhees, but yet again, they don't realize that you actually technically played 2 other horror movie icons. You see, he's smiling because he knows where I'm going with it.
Yep,
He
I
knows where I'm
do.
going with it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, if you've watched the movie Jason Goes to Hell, and you see that Freddy Krueger hand come up from the dirt and bring that mask, I wonder who that was.
Yeah, well, yes, I wonder too. It was me. And, what's interesting when I talk to people about that scene is, of course, I was under a platform, reaching up with the Freddy glove on to grab the hockey mask and pull it through the dirt. When we shot it, as I grabbed the mask and pulled it through the set, the blades broke off the Freddy glove. The mask broke into pieces.
Oh, no.
But you couldn't tell because that was after it's already partially through. But I kept all those
That
pieces.
looked good. The shot looked great, just to
Yeah.
let you know. Oh,
when I first saw that in the script, I told the director, Adam Marcus, I said, "You know who's doing that shot, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I want to." And I said, "No, you don't. I'm doing it. This is a Jason movie, and I'm doing that shot just because I wanted to be able to say I did one shot as Freddy." And then the other thing you're alluding to is stunt doubling RA in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes, I was.
Quite a few scenes as Leatherface too. And I don't know if you know this, but I did the Friday the 13th game with Gun Media. I did all the motion capture for Jason. And for the past year and a half, we've been working on Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Same company, Gun Media and Gun Interactive now. And I've been doing the motion capture for Leatherface. So I'm very fortunate.
I think that's pretty awesome.
I have a question.
Yes, go for it.
With because I loved how you were saying that you watched this character for so many years and then you ended up playing this character that you loved. Um, did you feel like you had to go back and study how the original character was, or do you feel like there was a lot of creative freedom that you added that is personally yours to the character?
That's a good question because I did both of those things. Of course, out of respect to the previous performances, because they all did a good job too, I didn't want to ignore what other people had done. But at the same time, I wanted to add my own little twist on the character, which most of the fans always talk about the breathing thing that I did, because I remember watching earlier movies before we started shooting part 7. And if Jason was motionless, staring at someone, it almost looked like a mannequin. So that's when I first started doing makeup tests with Beekler at his shop. I thought, what can I do to look like I'm about to explode, even though I'm just standing basically still? And that's where I came up with the breathing thing. And to me, whenever I would watch that, I thought, holy shit, this guy looks like he's about to explode, even though he's not really moving. And that's a difficult thing to accomplish, I think. And I just was very happy with the results.
It's like you literally made the character come to life.
Thank you. And by the way, do I have to watch my language on this?
Nope.
Oh no, not at all.
Okay, good.
Listen, you're in a horror franchise. When do you see a horror franchise go G? Let's come on now.
Yeah. All right.
Would
Fair
you like
enough.
you could pop off the first profanity? It's all good. But what I wanted to ask piggyback before we get into our first question is going back to the Jason Goes to Hell and the whole Freddy thing. You're actually really good friends with Robert Englund, like, so it's like being able to do that after. Did you go up to him and be like, "Hey, I know I was up for the part. You got it, but I still did it." Ha.
Yes, I did rub it in a little bit. Robert and I have known each other since before either one of us were the horror characters that we're known for. So we worked together years ago. Just I was doing stunts, he was acting, and neither of us were known for anything in particular. And so the fact that both of us went on to play characters that are so recognizable, I think is an amazing thing. And that's why I think we'll always be, very close friends because of it. And by the way, just so you know, a little trivia, I've been a stuntman for 45 years, right?
Wow.
I went to stunt school in Santa Monica in 1975. Wasn't even in SAG yet.
Oh, wow.
I went to stunt school, and there were, I think, 6 or 7 students was all. And one of the other students was Tom Morga. And he played Jason in part 5. And I think that's an incredible coincidence that a little stunt school in Santa Monica back in the mid-70s had 2 students that went on to play a character that's known around the world. So I think that's pretty cool.
That is awesome. And you know what's going to be even more awesome? We're actually going to be going into our first autograph of the evening today.
All right.
Yes, our first autograph signing is for our VIP, and that is for Brandon and Nicole. That is the Jason print. So
Which
Kane,
one?
you would have to have the Jason print, the one where you're holding, it looks like a machete, a long machete.
This?
Yes, sir.
That's not a machete.
What is that? I couldn't tell. I'm like, what?
Ah.
It looks like a samurai, like a very ancient, like Imperial Japan type of fighting
It does,
weapon?
but it's just a gardening tool.
Oh.
And it's interesting because one of the iconic kills in this movie was the weed whacker, right? That's what we call it anyway. And
Rough.
it had a circular saw blade on the end of it. And that was something that John Beekler and I found in a hardware store in Alabama. It wasn't even planned. And we saw this and said, oh my God, Jason has to kill a motherfucker with this. So,
and we got our first drop, baby. Let's go.
Yep. So
Well,
this
that
is
makes sense.
Brandon and Nicole?
Yes,
Is
Brandon.
it the
and
Brandon
Nicole.
and Nicole that I know?
It probably is the Brandon and Nicole that you know. And if it's not, well, now you'll know them.
I'm
How
sure
you
it
know
is.
them?
So that's Brandon.
They
That's
run the
B-
convention I'm doing this weekend.
Oh, well, there you go then. That's Brandon, Brandon, and Nicole, Nicole. And the special instructions is happy slashing.
What?
Happy slashing.
Happy slashing. They want that on there?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
All right.
Happy
And Morgan, are you going to
slashing.
be marking complete or should I?
I don't think I've ever written that
that.
before.
Okay, cool. All right. And just to let you know, Kane, you have to put the number 3 behind that as well.
Behind what?
Behind the print.
Oh, on the back of the print?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just finish signing it. I'll hold it up in a second. What was that?
I don't even know what that was.
Sounded like a
The
train.
police coming for you?
Oh yeah, there's a train by Streamily Studios. That's what it is.
All right, there's that one.
Brandon and Nicole right there. Hold on.
All right.
Happy slashing, and then number 3 on the back. You said
yes, number 3 on the back. Yes, and while you're doing that, we have a question from Link King 1234 from YouTube. It says, "Which Jason is your favorite?" So, which Jason movie that you did was your favorite?
It's hard to choose because I felt honored that they kept asking me to do it. So I
pick mine. Come on. I'm just hoping you say Jason Takes Over New York.
No.
Oh,
That's my second favorite.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, but
Part 7 is the favorite only because
that's your debut.
And it's still my favorite action-wise because as a stunt person, you like to have a movie that you did all kinds of stunts in, and that was the one. Because she had the telekinetic powers, so she was able to make things happen to Jason.
Yeah.
Whereas nobody in the past had.
That is fair enough.
Yeah.
I will give you the only reason why I like Jason Takes Over Manhattan is 1, I'm a New Yorker, and 2, when you were fighting VC Dupree and you just knocked his head, like I showed Morgan that scene, and it was just. It's scary, but hilarious at the same time. He's trying so hard.
It is. And you can imagine we walk through the fight scene and we finish that up. And then it comes to the end where I'm punching the head off the dummy. Right? And so we shoot that part where I punch the head. It goes flying off the building and lands in a dumpster. And we're like, oh my God, we have to shoot that. Because nobody expected it. It really did land in a dumpster, and there was no cameras there. So we did an insert of that with the landing in the dumpster and then the lid closing. So
that was awesome.
And by the way, you can imagine, or I think you can as a New Yorker, that the fact that we had all of Times Square blocked
shut down. Yo, that's a huge thing.
I don't even think it could happen anymore.
No, the last time they did that, I believe it was for I Am Legend with Will Smith, but that was years ago.
And this was in '88. So the fact that we had the entire Times Square with police everywhere, roadblocks holding people back, and I felt like the biggest rock star in the world because everybody was watching me, and I never took the hockey mask off that whole night because I didn't want to ruin the image, you know.
Mm.
And
That's fair
normally I take it off as soon as we cut so I can breathe. But in Times Square, I just left it on the whole time. One of the most amazing days of shooting that I've had in my career.
That
That's
is
so cool.
awesome. That is awesome. But talk about amazing days before we go into the next print.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just briefly talk about you talking about leaving the mask on and being all in character. Your appearance on the Arsenio Hall show back in the day.
Wow,
Like,
you got some knowledge, man.
I was actually watching the Arsenio Hall show at the time. I was like, "That's Jake, huh?" I was so confused at that time. I was a little kid. I was like, "Huh?" Because I'm used to seeing comedians like wrestlers, like the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, honestly, and then I just see you didn't come in with a machete. You came with basically a hatchet, an axe, and that's what confused me. I was like, "This Jason, but is that his brother with the axe?"
And what was amazing is that, first of all, what I was wearing on the show was my costume from the movie. It's the only time I've ever worn the real costume for something other than the movie. And it was Arsenio's show. And when I arrived at the studio, he came over to talk to me. I'm not in makeup or anything. And he goes, "I know this is going to sound stupid, but please don't fuck with me when you're in costume because I'm scared of you."
Yeah. You could tell if you watch the segment again, you could just, when you shook his hand,
exactly.
And he was like, "Nah, man, no, man." He was like, "Chill."
I was going to yank him in, but he pulled away. And I just thought that was so funny that when you tell me, "Please don't fuck with me," I'm fucking with you.
I feel that.
No doubt.
I feel that. And talking about fucking with people, our next print is Hatchet #3. This is your Victor Crowley picture, just coming out of the flames, looking all there we go.
Yeah.
And that goes out to Cameron Bray. This is so you're gonna put a #4 in the back of this, and that's Cameron. That's Cameron. That's spelled CAMERON. Bray, BRAY. And
he wants the whole name on there?
I would assume so, yes.
Okay.
So once again, CAMERON, Bray, BRAY. And there's no inscription, so write what Victor Crowley would say to one of his victims before, he goes to business.
I'll put something nice on here.
Why don't they believe that?
Because you know me already. No, I'm not, putting anything too bad, but I'd hate to put "you're fucking dead" and then find out Cameron is 8 years old.
I said it would be
a little much, but
that would be great. Look at that. That looks great. Oh, that looks so.
You're next. I have to put something like that.
Tell us about Victor Crowley, because this is one of the, like, in this movie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is one of the only movies that you were able to actually show your face, and I believe that you played Victor's dad.
I did.
Yeah, so you actually showed your actual face, and you like, you're a good actor without the prosthetics and stuff, like their facial expressions. I was like, it's kind of sad, you know.
Thank you. I mean, when Adam asked me to play his monster guy, that he said, "We're going to do at least 4 films," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I've heard that before." People get high hopes and they do one movie and it doesn't go anywhere. But with Adam Green, he did in fact do exactly what he said. And when he asked me to play the character, I loved the idea, first of all, because this is a character I can develop from the beginning. I don't have to necessarily keep in mind other performances, which I always did, because I'm not egotistical enough to say, fuck those other 6 guys that played the character. They don't matter. They do matter. They did it before I did. So with Victor, I was very happy to just have the control between myself and Adam to develop the character as we thought fit.
That is
And
great.
part of the deal I made with him, I said, okay, I'll play this character for you, but I want to show another side of me and do a little emotional stuff. And that's why I played Victor's dad. That wasn't even in the script originally. He wrote it in there as a favor to me for being able to do something different, you know?
That is, geez, that is so awesome. Talk about, just literally, I always said the people that are with you from the beginning will always be there with you. And that is just great. Like, you guys worked your way up to a position that you have such creative freedom to bring out what you want. And I think that is awesome. And talk about creative freedom and just talk about just being creative. Mr. Kane over here, when he was a wee little lass, you used to do some Buster Keaton stunts hanging off the buildings on your school. Like you're a very adventurous person, and I could tell that got you into your into the biggest stunt that you've actually done for Jason, which was like I'm trying to think of which one was it. Friday the 13th, New Blood. Yes, the fire scene.
Oh yeah,
it was 44 seconds. Jason was on fire. It should have been a world record, but yet again, I don't know if it was or not, but that was amazing. And for you, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, ladies and gentlemen, because if you don't know, he's worked with fire stunts before, and he got into a crazy accident earlier on. And, just for you to go through that earlier on and just come back and fight your fears and come through all the trials and tribulations and still work with fire again and do an amazing performance with it, it's just admirable. And I needed to let everybody know about that.
And maybe I'm not as smart as I think I am. Almost dying from getting burned, still having the scars over my entire upper body. And that made me think, I'd like to keep doing fire stunts because not that many stunt people do them, first of all.
That is very true.
It's kind of exclusive. It's a high-paying stunt per day. And more importantly, it's hard to explain this, but I'll try to do it quickly. When you make a living doing stunts in films, you get used to being sore all the time because you're hitting the ground, you're flipping cars. Even you do a fight scene properly, you get soreness the next day. With fire, there's none of that. As long as you come through it unscathed, you're like walking around like nothing happened. And that always appealed to me too, because I knew that if you spend 45 years like I have now doing stunts, you're going to have some repercussions from it. I have some, mental stuff from undiagnosed concussions and joint things and stuff. So that was just another additional thing that attracted me to fire. More that such a small percentage of stunt people do fire stunts like that. So it was more kind of set me up in a different group,
I totally hear that. And with that, we see the multifaceted talents of Kane Hodder. And this is why we're going to our next signing, which is for Kelsey. This is number 11, and this is the Kane mix picture. So this is what the three faces of Kane.
Oh, wait. So is it this one or?
Yes, sir. That is the one. Huh? Yes. And this goes out to Kelsey. That's Kelsey. And they wrote, "Hello, Mr. Kane Hodder. Thank you for doing this signing, and thank you for being one badass Jason. Your legacy will live forever. Please feel free to sign anything on the print / doodle or welcome. Stay safe."
Okay.
And this is to Kelsey. Kelsey. So with that, while you're doing that, we're going to field a question from the chat by Boba Fett on YouTube. Says, do you know other horror legends like Nick Castle or any other Mike Myers actors?
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers. I'm sorry. Mike Myers is a
Not
Canadian.
Myers. That's a different guy.
I can't.
Totally different.
You know, interestingly, that when you do conventions like I do, you end up becoming friends with everyone else that's played a character. So it's fantastic that, of course, I know Nick and all the other guys that played Michael and all the other guys that played Jason. We all know each other just from doing appearances together. So it's an amazing brotherhood, especially with somebody like Nick, because he's a legend. You know, he kind of got forgotten for a while, but he's the guy that started it all, you know? So, and what's interesting about the Hatchet movies is that in the Hatchet movies, I have killed actors that play other characters that we know. For instance, I've killed Jason, Derek Mears in one of the Hatchet movies, Tony Todd,
Candyman.
Tyler Mane, who was Michael Myers for the Rob Zombie ones.
And he was
Robert Englund,
Freddy
Krueger. You know, it's amazing that I've had the opportunity to kill off all my friends.
That's great. Well, talking about all your friends, I gotta ask, like, how was it being in Wishmaster with Tony Todd, Robert Englund, Ted Raimi, and Tom Savini? Like, you guys are that was just like a cavalcade of horror icons in that movie. And I'm gonna say, even though you got killed and you weren't able to go to the other movies, your death scene was pretty awesome. Just the way you were just liquefied, it was just pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie.
I was still pretty anonymous back then. I had, done one or two Friday movies, but I was just one of, several guys. So I was just very happy that they wanted me to do Wishmaster, and Andrew Devoff is a good buddy of mine. And here is Kelsey's picture.
Oh yeah, that looks amazing.
I don't look very friendly in that picture. Jesus.
Actually, it just looks like you're about to rip somebody's head off, but that's a friendly thing. You're gonna rip somebody's head off to give it to somebody else.
I gotta change my image. Because you know what's tattooed inside my mouth, right?
What?
You don't?
No.
Morgan?
What are you going to show us?
I don't usually show it on camera, but it says kill.
Really?
Inside my lower lip, yes.
That's what's up. Well, it makes sense. You might
it's been there for quite a few years.
So now you have to be the villain always.
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. That was
I don't ever show that.
Exclusive sneak peek right here on Streamily. That is so awesome. That is so awesome.
You understand I have to kill you now, right?
I'm so sorry. I saw nothing. I heard nothing.
Too late. Too late.
Dang it. Well, you know what's not too late? This next picture, which is for Sean, and that is the Kane Hodder, the Streamily exclusive one. So it is the composite one of all the images together. Not the three, but the ones all together.
Wait. Not that one?
Not that one. There's another one. It is you in the beginning, like in the front, and it's a multitude of Jason masks.
It's a collage.
Yes, a collage. What did I say? A cavalcade? Like, what the heck?
I don't see it. I don't see it here.
Do we not? Which prints do you have in front of you right now?
Okay, so I'll show you everything. This one.
Yeah. Okay.
This one.
Okay.
Jason X, which I love this one.
Okay.
Then this.
Okay.
That.
Okay. So come on.
And two more. This.
Those. Okay.
And this one. This isn't it, is it?
No, that wasn't it. Okay, so what we'll do is that we will make sure that we send the collage pictures to you, and then what we'll do is that we're gonna keep your shop open anyway. So we'll bring you on for another live signing because it is a VIP, and then we'll get that done in a
So
couple of weeks.
everybody who's watching right now, if you've ordered that collage print, don't worry. Kane is going to sign it, and we
I
are going
will.
to you.
Yes,
I will for
Yes.
sure.
We do have
I
we
just
do
wanna
have a
make
couple
sure
of them. Yeah.
I didn't have it covered up with something else, but no.
Okay, that's totally fine. We'll get that out to you. All right. So if anything, in place of it, the one that you have the split face, that one is number 16. The hockey mask in your face. Shazam. Yes, sir.
And that's to whom?
That goes out to William Frank Kaus Jr. So that's William William Frank Frank Kaus Kaus Jr.
Kaus?
Kaus
Okay.
Kaus Jr. And make it out your heart's desire for that
There's no room left for me to say.
one. That's a heck of a name. That's why.
William Frank Kaus. Kaus.
Kaus Jr.
Oh, right.
Yes. So we have a question while you're doing that. A question by Daniel J. Anthony on YouTube. Were you ever approached to voice Jason in Mortal Kombat X?
No. I should have been, but I was not.
But hold on, time out. Does Jason ever talk? He grunts.
Interesting bit of trivia for you.
Oh snap! Something that I don't know.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
I'm positive you don't know. Here, let me show you William Frank's
That looks
picture.
great.
Whenever, particularly in Jason Takes Manhattan, whenever I would be face to face with someone before I killed them, I always entertained myself by speaking to them, because you can't see with the mask on that I'm saying something, and I would say it low enough to where the microphones wouldn't pick it up. But for instance, I would get face to face with somebody right before ripping their guts out and say, "I just farted." Just to see if I could make them break character.
Oh my gosh! That would be. Imagine they're like, no.
Yeah, and then the director would say, "Hey, what are you laughing at? God damn it, we're serious here." And
Jason's
then, of course,
so funny.
I would chime in saying, "Hey, come on, man. We're trying to do a movie here. Don't be laughing."
Keep it serious. That's so wrong. That's so wrong.
Oh boy, I'm telling some secrets today. Geez,
Oh, I love that.
I never show that tattoo.
We have Tuna from YouTube saying Jason don't talk. Well, apparently he talks in secret. So that is awesome.
Jason doesn't talk, but Kane talks.
Oh yeah. And Kane, the next one, this is another VIP. This is going to Dustin, and it is the first print that we did, the Jason with the gardening tool.
Oh yes.
Yes. And this is going out to Dustin. That's a number 17 on the back of that one.
17.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And it goes to Dustin, DUSTIN. DUSTIN. And it says, special instructions, please include Jason of part 7, 8, and 9, 7, 8, 9, and 10 with the signature.
Okay.
There you go. So it's like, represent who you are.
And Dustin, right? D.
Dustin. DUSTIN.
And I just want to remind everybody to go to streamily.com/Kane Hodder, where you can find all of these really cool prints on the Streamily website. And if you're watching right now, make sure to ask a question. Let us know all the questions that you have for Kane. He's right here live. He can answer them.
But I have a question. Hold on.
There's
Morgan.
Dustin.
That looks great. That looks great. Morgan, what was the website that we could go to get Kane Hodder's autographs again?
I think it's streamily.com/Kane Hodder.
Got it. All right, streamily.com/Kane Hodder. Got
Very clever.
it. Well, talk about clever. The next one is the split mask one. This is number 18 on the back of that one, the split
one?
mask. Yes, sir. And this is made out to no one. And the instructions is, you are an icon as much as the J-Man. Can you please just sign Jason? Thank you. So you're an icon as much as the J-Man.
That's
Jason.
cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel like on Halloween seeing so many people dressed as your character?
It's such an easy costume. That's what I always say.
Whoa. It is not easy. No, whoa.
For a Halloween costume, it is.
I'm a cosplayer, okay? And I know what it means to fully dress up. And I know Jason Voorhees cosplayers, they spend so much time finding the right material jumpsuit. They have to make sure that the mask is screen appropriate because there's so many different versions of the hockey mask that people don't realize.
Okay,
so
here's a trivia question for you then.
Uh-oh.
In which of the 4 movies did I wear a jumpsuit?
7.
None.
No, what? No, you lying.
Never wore a jumpsuit.
Really?
Always wore a shirt and pants.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Jumpsuit is Michael Myers.
No. Well, no. There was one that I would have swore that Jason would like not like the Michael Myers like that was like a onesie, but it was kind of like something like that, but not as.
No. There's other actors that have worn a jumpsuit, but I always had a shirt and pants.
There we go. Okay, you see, because I was like, I knew there was a Jason that did. Ooh, you see,
Part 5 actually was a jumpsuit.
Okay, you see, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. And that was number 18. So we're going back to the gardening tool Jason print, and that's number 19.
Okay, let me make this 18 better. It looks like a 10.
We have Tuna in the YouTube saying, "We need Kane back for one more time as Jason, amazing stuntman and horror icon." I don't know why Tuna sounds like that, but yeah.
I don't think he does, but
I'm just saying. But
and this one is for whom?
This is number 19. This is for Josh. Josh. No instruction, so you may write what you like.
19, right?
Number 19, correct.
Okay.
Now, I have a question while you're signing this, because you literally were just around horror, just royalty when you got in. Like your first ever main like recognizable, like your first main role for Wes Craven. Wes Craven was The Hills Have Eyes 2. Now, that the whole story of The Hills Have Eyes is just it's kind of gross. If you guys don't know, it's about nuclear tests, and I believe it's in New Mexico.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and it's basically a bunch of people, a community right next to nuclear bomb testing, and they just get grotesque and mutated. It's just like, one, how did you get wrapped up in such a type of franchise? And two, how is it working for your one of your first really notable roles, where especially with Wes Craven? Like, how was it working on such like a franchise like The Hills Have Eyes? Because that is, it's pretty rough. Because the first Hills Have Eyes, if people didn't know, it actually had an NC-17 rating, and then they had to like cut it down to a rated R rating.
Same thing happened with Part 7, by the way.
Really? Oh my God! There's a Part 7.
That's why every single kill in the movie is cut out, because in order to get an R rating, they had to cut everything down, and it was just the timing.
Wow.
And it was so frustrating because the makeup effects were so good on the kills, and you just never see it in the movie anymore.
Well, is there a director's cut that they can possibly?
Because it never was anticipated to go anywhere back then. So they said, it can't be in theaters, get rid of it. And I wish they had saved it, because some of the stuff we did, like the famous putting the girl in the sleeping bag and knocking her against a tree.
I'm so sorry. It sounds funny, but it's grotesque, but it's hilarious.
It is, because it's not a weapon. Anybody can kill with a weapon.
But you have to be freakishly strong to do that, though.
Right. But in the original version of the movie, I knocked it against a tree like 5 times. I kept going bam, bam, bam. But in the final version, you see one hit and drop. That's it.
Wow.
Which I'm not so sure was a bad move, because it made it kind of more powerful. But there's Josh.
Josh looking good on Josh's. All right, we got that one complete. The next one we're going to go to is number 20. This goes to Kurt C-U-T, another VIP. This is for, actually, no, we cannot do that because that is a collage. So
next one is Sean.
Yes, the next one is Sean, number 25. Yes, but and this is the Jason.
You said Kurt and you spelled it C-U-T.
Yeah, C-U-T. Yeah, C-U-R-T, I'm sorry. C-U-R-T. I'm so sorry. But Kurt.
You gotta be careful with that. C-U-T?
Yeah, you gotta cut somebody. But yes, so we're gonna skip number 20 and 21 because they're both the collages. But this one is for Sean. This is the next VIP, and this is number 25. This is the Jason X mask picture, which
the Uber Jason.
Yes, Jason goes to space. All right, you see,
that's for what's
Sean. That's S-H-A-U-N. Sean.
Really?
Sean? Yeah, S-H-A-U-N. Yeah, like Shaun White, the skateboarder. That's how you spell it too.
I know.
He's like,
just a unique spelling.
Yeah, there it is. Talking about a unique spelling, let's talk about a unique movie. Jason X. Jason Goes to Space. Like literally,
great kill in it.
Which one was your favorite kill?
Oh, frozen head for sure. You remember that?
I love how he just casually knows right off the bat.
Oh yeah, it's like I was in it. I would know. But ladies and gentlemen, you were in it. You would know that. You would know what your favorite kill is, of course. But ladies and gentlemen, we are 47 minutes into our stream. Don't forget to go to streamily.com/Kane Hodder and get your prints, because if you want him to stay a little bit longer, buy some more prints. There we go.
And what was Sean's number again? 20?
Sean was 25.
25.
And, yep, no instructions, so just write whatever you would like. Okay. You could possibly write, "Hey, I'm the reason why Pluto's not a planet anymore."
No, that I won't do. There you go.
Yeah. He's like, "I like Pluto, damn it." Damn you, Neil deGrasse. Okay, hold on. So do you Kane, do you have the Jason Takes Manhattan print?
Jason Takes Manhattan print, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. One. Yes, perfect. And that one, this is our next VIP. This is number 9.
Okay.
And this goes out to Amy, A-M-Y. And it says, "Please add character name Jason 7 after signature. Please sign in silver on the body of Jason."
Oh, shit. Already started in black, so let me get rid of that one.
There you go. You're good. You see, you could have just started in black and continued in silver.
Yeah, but it was on the mask instead of the body.
Ah, fair enough.
So this is Amy, and it's number 9.
Yes, sir. Number 9. All right. And then we have in the chat right now, we have Narrative Gamer says, "Jason X was so fun." But actually,
a question from Facebook. Sean Munson wants to know if there was somewhere you would like to take Jason, either plot-wise or setting-wise, if you had continued the role. Is there somewhere you would have liked to take the character?
You went to space?
Yes, but I don't think it could ever happen because of legal stuff. But I've always wanted to, and it sounds very self-serving, but I've always wanted to see Jason battle Michael.
Yeah.
And somehow for me to play both characters. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Well, you know what? You could, because look at House of Dragons. All the twins are one person that they just play. You know, the Winklevoss twins for the social experiment. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's
Kane.
cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, get in touch with Kane's agents. Let's start a petition right now. Let's go, Kane. For my actually, that was a question that I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
Besides the other two that you've actually been slightly part of, what other horror icon would you want to have played? Well, you said Michael Myers.
For sure, Michael. I mean, it's the only one of the four iconic ones that I haven't done something as. And I always loved that character as much as Jason, actually. I just thought I think people could have done a little bit more with it, but, you know, that's just my opinion. But I've always enjoyed that character.
I respect that. And we have, well, first, let's go into our next print, which is number 14. Our next VIP print is number 14, and that's for Andrea Cooper. So that is Andrea Cooper, Cooper. So once again, Andrea Cooper, number 14. And this has no instructions, so go for it. Have fun with this, sir.
But what picture?
This is for the same picture. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And we have a question in YouTube from, well, once again, this is for Andrea Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
And the name Andrea Cooper, and whatever you would like. And the comment that we have on YouTube is by Boba Fett. If you had to pick one kill from any other horror film you didn't play the killer in, which one was your favorite? Such as classic Michael kill where he pins them with a knife in the original, something like that.
That's one of them, actually. Oddly enough, I always like the early stuff because whoever decided to do a kill that way was more creative, I think. When you have 6-8 movies behind you, it's harder to come up with something unique. And I've always liked the early ones because sometimes they don't anticipate it being that big a deal, and it is. So it's a lot of fun.
I dig that. I respect it. I respect that. All right.
And you said Andrea's was what number?
Number 14.
14. All right.
Yes. And
all right, there's
Morgan.
Andrea.
There we go. Morgan, if you have a question, please.
I was just thinking about, because I was speaking on our last signing about practical effects and how so much is changing in the industry where we don't use as many practical effects anymore. How do you feel as an actor using practical effects versus things that are digital?
Well, I'm a big fan of practical effects, just because, you know, that's been most of my career. And I think it looks more impressive. And then even more importantly is with stunts. You know, I was telling someone recently that I've been talking to some young stunt people in the business, and I questioned them about, like, what kind of stunts do you do? And I say, you know, I was known for doing fire. And do you do fire? No. What about high falls? You do high falls? No. I'm like, well, cars? Do you do car chases and car flips? No. I said, you said you're a stunt person and you do fight scenes and wire work. And, you know, which means when you're hooked up to a wire gag, you don't even hit the ground. And I never thought I would be the old timer it's bitching about the young people that they don't hit the ground anymore, but it's accurate.
It's a safety thing though nowadays, you know. Back in the day it was more gritty. It's like, hey,
yeah.
if I didn't leave the set with a couple of bruises on me, I didn't do a good job.
I didn't sell out. Exactly.
I didn't sell
And,
out.
yeah, that's how we always term it, you know.
Interesting.
If you're getting hit by a car, in my opinion, one of the more difficult stunts to do, because there's no way to do it easily.
Yeah.
You have to let the car get up under you and you flip over the car. You're going to get beat to shit.
Yeah.
No matter how well it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I don't know. I'm trying so hard not to be that old bitter fucking ass.
Get off my lawn, you
That's
bastards! Right. No, I hear you. Hey, listen, I've been a professional wrestler for 13 years, so I take bumps all the time. So I know the impact. So I completely understand where you're coming from.
Right.
You know, but right now it's just for more of a safety situation, so people could get the heck back up and do it again.
Right.
You know,
of course that's an important factor, but
he's like,
at the same time, I love to be watching a movie and I see somebody hit something
and a tooth fly,
and
you're like, ooh, that was real.
It makes me go like this. Oh, that was a good one. So
I feel like as an actor, being on set too, seeing the practical effects, it gets you more in character. It gets you in the mindset.
It certainly doesn't hurt. Yeah, for sure.
Especially nowadays, everything being so green screen with everything.
Yeah.
Well, you know what is not green screened? The next print that we have. I love my segues. They're so great. They're so great. Thank you. This one is the Jason with Kane name on it. So the Jason the Jason print with your name on it. Nope, the other one. The one it's you and Jason in the Jason outfit with your name.
Well, there's this one.
Yes, that is it. Yes.
Because this one also has my name.
Oh no, that is the Manhattan Jason Takes Manhattan one.
Okay.
Yes. So
that is this one.
Yes,
and
sir.
It's number what?
26.
26.
Yes, sir. And that is going out to Sean again. SHAUN. Sorry, Sean. He just does not like your name, dude. Just get over it. Just
don't tell him that.
You got Prince though, so
I don't like Sean in general.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Not just his name. No, I'm kidding.
All encompassing. Okay. And there's no instructions, so just have fun with it.
All right.
And I just wanted to remind the fans who are watching right now again that the collage print, if you ordered the collage print, we are not signing those today, but Kane will get them soon and he is going to sign them soon.
Heck yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Because he's awesome.
Problem is I leave town tomorrow for 2 weeks, but
oh, don't worry about it. We wouldn't plan something for at least 3 weeks to a month so we could get all the orders in and you could just stay online for about 7 hours signing.
Okay.
Like, oh no, that's not funny, bro. Awesome. Yes, that looks great for Sean. And the next one, talking about the Jason with your name on it, the Jason Takes Manhattan one is next, and this is number 24.
Okay.
And this is going out to Amanda, AMANDA. And it's like, you can write whatever quote you like. You're awesome in everything you do. I think that's what it meant.
Why do you have to say it like that?
That was her personality.
That sounded facetious to me.
Oh, sorry. Let me reread it. You can write whatever quotes you like. You're awesome in everything you do. Now I just sound like the fairy godmother. Like,
You did.
Oh gosh.
All right. Let's see here for Amanda.
All right, we have a question from Narrative Gamer. Says, what was it like doing Jason Goes to Hell? That was a really interesting and fun one, I thought.
It was, but it's one of my ones that I didn't have quite as much fun because I wasn't on camera as much. You know, if you think about the movie, the evil of Jason goes into other people. So it wasn't always like this. It was other characters that technically were Jason. So, you know, that part of it wasn't my favorite, but.
Oh my gosh, is Morgan Jason now? What? So, did you, that was Amanda's one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's see that real quick.
did I?
No, yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right, there goes Amanda's. All right.
All right.
The next one, we are absolutely done with the VIPs except for the collages. And the collage ones are for Sean, Kurt, and Ari and Jan. He will be signing those. When he gets those, we will be sending those out soon. So the next one is our regular orders. So we're going into our regular orders. We are in 10, ladies and gentlemen, 10 prints left. If you want to get some more prints, you have to go to streamily.com/Kane Hodder and get your prints right now. Oh my gosh. Morgan, if Jason Voorhees is chasing you right now, what is the website you need to go to stop him from killing you because you ordered his prints?
I think it's streamily.com/Kane Hodder.
Okay, cool. Because we got to go there to get our prints so he doesn't kill us. Perfect. Woo.
No guarantee, but that's fine.
Yo, yes, and Kane, yes, and bro. No. So our next print, which is for Elijah, is print number 2, and this is the gardening tool print. I'm just gonna keep calling it that. The gardening tool print, and that is number two. Yes, and this is for Elijah. That is ELIJAH. Shazam! There you go. And that is no special instructions, so make it out to do whatever you would like to with it. You could be like, "Hey, want me to plant your garden?" Because he has a garden. Okay, no. Morgan just smiled like, "Oh God, Rob, please stop." I hope he comes and kills you.
I love the random objects being the weapon.
Yeah, you see, that's the great thing. Like, it's like when these horror movie like icons, like, to make them very unique, they have to just take whatever's around them. You know, like Freddy's great, but his go-to is his claws. You know, but when you have Jason, when you have like Michael Myers, when you have Hatchet, like whatever's around, you know.
Did I mention that Freddy's a bitch? Because he is. He's a child molester and a bitch.
He is. He is. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We need to.
I mean that in a good way, but
I know. I know.
Not sure how that could be, but.
So the next print is the gardening tool one again. This is number 5. Number 5, and this is to Thor. THOR. Have at thee. And it says, anything you want. Oh, I'm sorry. Got to do it in the Thor. Anything you want to write. Appreciate everything you do. Ha ha.
Why are you talking like that?
Because he's Thor. From Asgard. Now he gets it. He's like, oh, okay.
I'm going to find out where you live. Number 5, right?
Yes, number 5. Oh my God. That was great. That was the best response I could get. I'm a dude. Seriously. But we have another comment from Boba Fett in YouTube. It says, how was doing the Leatherface motion capture compared to doing Jason's for Friday the 13th game? That is a great question.
That is a good question. It's and we're still ongoing with that, you know. We're not done with the motion capture for the Chainsaw game yet.
So hold on. Are you allowed to even talk about this, or are you under NDA? Oh, you are? Okay. Well,
yeah.
Oh, this is like
aspects of it, but
okay, yeah. So
but
you can say that
knows I'm doing the motion capture for Leatherface, and you know, Gunnar Hansen, who was the original Leatherface, was a good buddy of mine. I miss him. And I'm trying to do in honor of his performance the way I, you know, carry on as Leatherface, because, you know, I never played the character in a movie. I did stunts as him, but in part 3, but, you know, Gunnar is Leatherface, and I'm just trying to make it reminiscent of his performance, because he is greatly missed, along with As you know, Ted White just died.
Yeah.
He was Jason in part 4. He just died a couple days ago. So I like to show respect to people that I think deserve it. And Ted White and Gunnar Hansen deserved it a lot. So
That's awesome. Because the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, just if you see his mannerisms and you just see the way that he walks, it's eerie. And then the scene at the end, because like back in the day, this was like extremely gruesome. This was absolutely NC-17 when it first got out. So this was like one of the first movies that was, I think it was rated XXX, then NC-17, then R, or something like that.
Well, I'm not sure I knew that.
Yeah, it was something like that. I know that it was extremely violent and gross back then, that they had to do so many different cuts just to make it happen. But like that end scene of him dancing in the Texas sun with the chainsaw, it was over 110 degrees on that set. They were miserable.
Yeah.
It's filming in that it was just miserable. Just him just dancing, looking so awkward and just jovial but yet again frustrated because he was this close to getting this. It was eerie, and
and you can imagine how it was for me to recreate that chainsaw dance, which I did for the game, because
I can't wait to see it.
Until you try to do that dance with a real chainsaw, you have no idea how difficult it really is.
You had a real chainsaw?
Yeah.
It's called props, man. Like, what the heck?
Why
did they give him a fake plastic chainsaw?
I know, but Gunnar had a real one, so I thought I had to. So yeah, it was just so much more difficult than I anticipated, because I think I'm a reasonably strong guy and stuff, and it was just not as easy as I wanted it to be. So it may be some frustration in that performance too. So that might be good.
Fair enough on that one. So now, question: do you have the Friday the 13th Part 7 print?
Well, Part 7 is this one.
The other one.
No.
It would have your name on a upper top left corner in red.
No.
All right, so I believe then we would have to get you that one as well.
What am I doing in it?
You're literally just it looks like you're standing on a dock, or in front of a store, a lit store.
I was on a dock, but I
think that was a dock one. It literally says it has your name in red on the upper left hand corner.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No, you don't have that
either.
Okay, that's not a problem. So Zoe H, we will take care of that print for you in the next signing as well, if you are watching, and as well as Hayden and Michael, because you have the collage pictures. So next one we're going to is Greg. Greg is going to have the gardening tool print.
Okay, this one again.
Yes, sir.
Is it 2 G's?
It's Greg with 1 G.
Think about it.
G. Oh,
answer my question.
Yes, it has 2 G's.
Okay.
Greg. Damn it! Damn it! I thought you were talking about Gregg.
I know you do.
That's 3 G's.
But I do it to every Greg I ever encounter at a convention. They say, "Can you make it out to Greg?" And I say, "Is that 2 G's?" And they say, "No, just 1." And in that case, I write their name
Gre.
like that.
Yeah, he's so
That's
wrong.
Greg with 1 G.
You are hilarious.
I'm an asshole, I know.
But Greg wrote, "Hey Kane, thank you so much for signing. Hope you are doing well. All the best to you. Could you please write, kill you real soon. Happy Halloween, Greg." So to Greg, and the inscription is, "Kill you soon. Happy Halloween."
Kill you real soon.
Oh wow! Like,
why not?
You're aggressive. Like he's like, I celebrate Halloween and Christmas. There we go. Let's get Greg off. And then we have another question in YouTube. This is an interesting question by Daniel J. Anthony. What was it like working on Daredevil? What was working with Mark Margolis? Was working with Mark Margolis a challenge, considering how dangerous he was as Hector Salamanca?
Wait, which movie?
Working on Daredevil. So I'm assuming it's either the movie or the show.
No, it's the movie.
It's the movie. Oh, the one with Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Yes. So
And
yes,
I was the guy, even though if you ever watch the movie again, you can't really see, but I'm the one that's beating up Daredevil's father in the alley.
What? Why did you have to kill him?
Because he was an asshole.
Well, technically,
Obviously.
he wasn't an asshole. He told you he wasn't going to take a dive, and you have to kill Murdoch's dad. Like, come
That's
on,
right.
man. They said that's right.
Just
Pay
do
up.
what you're supposed to do. And
just-
I wouldn't have beat you up in the alley.
You
But,
killed him.
You know,
didn't beat him up,
it's
you killed
hard to tell when you watch the movie that it was me, but I don't know.
That is, you see, and literally, Kane, this is the beautiful thing about the fans that we have here as Streamily, and your fans as well. We know, and they know your IMDb resume. We will go into that baby and be like, I remember Kane here. I remember Kane here. Because we love your work, not only in the suit and in a mask, but outside of it as well. Your whole body of work, your stunts, your body movement, because it's hard. A lot of people don't understand, like, just being a monster. They think, oh, you're just lumbering. No, you actually have to put work into your body.
Oh, for sure. A lot of people don't pick up on that, but
so I definitely want to say thank you. And I definitely want to say thank you to all the people out there asking these amazing questions. Don't forget, go to streamily.com/Kane Hodder, get those prints, because we're going to get the next print, which is number 13, to Ryan O'Connor. And this is the gardening tool print again.
okay.
And that is Ryan, R-Y-A-N-O, with an O and the apostrophe, and then Connor, C-O-N-N-O-R. And that is the most I'm doing with that Irish accent before I get canceled before I was even on. So there we go. And there's no in special instructions, so just write what you like.
All right.
Be like, hey, did you pick up the tulips? Getting gardening tool thing. Okay, no, but I'm gonna stop the gardening tool jokes, everyone.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. And then all of a sudden tomorrow, I just see it like right in front of my house. Like, why is there a gardening tool signed by Kane Hodder? He found out where I live.
All right, there's Ryan O'Connor.
All right, Ryan is good to go. All right, next up we have number 15, which is the split face mask and Kane.
Okay.
And this one is going out to Clayton, Clayton. And
right.
no special instructions. So you could say something like, I got a splitting headache.
Get it?
Because he uses a machete to split people's heads too. And he has okay. So so we're gonna go to the next question on YouTube, which is by Boba Fett. Would you ever play a killer such as Ghostface from the Scream franchise?
Huh.
She said,
I mean, it's a notable character.
Mm-hmm.
I would make.
You get to talk.
Yes, and I would make him far more violent.
Yeah.
And,
I could just see you throwing them like rag dolls.
Yeah, ripping people's heads off and shit like that. Oh, yeah.
You see, talk about being violent. Like, part of me kind of wanted you to be in the Rob Zombie one, so you're the one that could just mess up Danny Trejo, because Danny Trejo's a big man. But like, just to see the old school Jason come out and just, hey, Danny Trejo, hey, Machete, that would have been Jason versus Machete. Please, people, come on, let's get this on paper. Let's write the script.
You know,
come
what's
on.
interesting is that Danny and I are going to Mexico City for Halloween weekend.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just the two of us.
Can you please make a video? Just say, hey, Machete's over here. And you can't say anything because you're Jason. But just put your hand in front of your face or something like that. Ooh,
There's
that looks
Clayton.
beautiful. That looks beautiful.
All
That is
right.
the Clayton number 15.
Oh,
The
I
next-
forgot to put that on the back. Sorry.
Yes, number 15. No problem. No problem. This is
Number
why I
what?
said 15. 1-5. Next one is for
Make
Dean.
sure I put it on the last one. No, I didn't. Shit. What was Ryan O'Connor's number?
I will find out for you right now. Give me 1 second. Mana, do, 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 do. Mana, do, 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 do. Mana. Ryan O'Connor. Ryan O'Connor was number 13.
And
Number 13.
what about Greg? With one
Greg with 2 G's is number 10.
10. All right.
10, yes. So
Okay,
our
now I got them all.
our next one is number 22. Looks good forwards and backwards. Number 22, and that is to Dean. And this is the Jason with your name on it. The first one that you did with the machete in the Shazam. There you go. That's what it is. And
All
then
right,
this
and
one
it's,
is for Dean.
Dean.
Yeah, Dean, and number 22. No instructions. Have fun with it.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, after this one, we have one more print. So, ladies and gentlemen, and we've been on stream for 1 hour and 15 minutes. So if you have any more questions, put them in the comments right now. And if you want to get prints, go to streamily.com/Kane Hodder and get your prints right now, or he'll kill you.
And sorry, that was Dean was what number?
Number 22.
Okay. That
There
was
we
my
go.
number in basketball in high school.
Okay. You see, all right, you see, you were an athlete because you were like what, 7'12". So
7'12". Interesting.
yeah. So growing up, because all right, so let's go back we're going back to school then, because your story when you were in school actually mirrored my story when I was in school. When I was just a lanky kid, doing my thing. I'm a geek. Had a bully, punched the bully in the face. Like, yo, stop that shit.
Did
And
you?
then, yeah.
That's huge.
And then the bully actually became my friend. And the next year, when I got into a fight, this was in 6th grade. Next year, we got into middle school. In 7th grade, I got into a fight with this dude that by chance, he actually brought a machete to school. Yeah,
What?
New York, dude. New York. He was Trinidadian and he wanted to show off. And it was that dude, literally, I'm not gonna point out his name or any names, but that dude stood up right next to me. And I was like 6 foot at the time. He was like 6'3". So that's why he wanted to bully me, because he was the new kid in school. He was a tall kid. So no, not gonna happen. But he was actually on my side the next year, backing me up with this other new kid that tried to be a bully. And I was just like, holy crap. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a bully, punch him in the face and say no.
Easy to say, but it does often work, because then the bully ends up having some kind of respect for you.
Yes, that's what it is.
You stood up for yourself and you weren't a little shitty asshole about it, and then you end up being friends. I've heard of that a lot.
Yeah, and like it does happen. There are those off chances that the bully's like, you, I'm gonna catch you tomorrow, and then it just never stops. But you had your bully situation, like, and you stood up to it, and like, just tell us briefly about how you ended up standing up to your bully, and because that is not only inspirational, but it's something that, especially now in this day and age when everybody just wants, like to avoid confrontation, just to like leave it alone. Sometimes you just need to step up and say no.
Unfortunately, you do. And if you're able to bring yourself to that point, whether you are effective in standing up for yourself or not, and I wasn't, but the fact that I tried and didn't really do much damage to him, he ended up thinking, no, well, he didn't let me just do what he wants, so it still worked out.
Yeah, it's not about, oh yeah, I beat my bully up. No, it's about, I'm standing my ground. You're not going to keep doing this anymore.
Right.
And yeah, just like you said, they'll just be like, okay, cool. I respect that. And all the bullies they're just insecure. They're insecure. They're not confident with themselves, but they see some little dweeb standing up for themselves and being confident, like, whoa, I need to reevaluate what the heck I'm doing.
Right.
You know, so this is cool. You know, and it's like, ladies and gentlemen, stand up for yourself. There you go.
Easy to say, not as easy to do, but if you can do it, it'll end up better.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not hard to, not like easy to do at all. It's super, super hard. But just believe in yourself. We trust in you. And if anything, just tell him that you know that you were on a stream with Kane Hodder. He said, "Don't mess with me or I'll come to your house." There you go. We have one before we go to the last print. We have one last question from Daniel J. Anthony. Is it me? Is it just me, or does Kane sound like a hybrid of Bryan Cranston and Josh Brolin?
Wow.
That was interesting. I'm like, huh. I'm like, I could hear Josh Brolin with the like the more grizzled type of like, yeah, I've been through shit. I've seen shit. And you know what? You guys are too safe. I can see that. But Bryan Cranston, I don't. Oh, as Heisenberg from I can see that. The menacing. Okay.
And I do have a doppelganger that we know each other from working together. And when we worked together, we related stories about the fact that each one of us has been mistaken for the other one.
Who is this? Who's your doppelganger?
He's a former wrestler, became an actor. Any idea who?
Former wrestler became an actor?
Yeah.
Talking about WWF, or WCW?
WWF, I believe.
All right. A doppelganger that looks like you?
Let me just see.
I'm just like, the only wrestler that I know that, like, actual wrestler that went into stunt work, I know is
no, not stunt work. Went into acting.
Acting. The Rock? People confuse it with The Rock?
No.
But John Cena?
How about, does this help?
DDP. Oh my God, yes. You so do look like Paige Falkenberg. Oh my God, yes.
If you look at pictures of us, we really do look alike.
Yeah. All you need is just a long hair like him. Like you, the moment
but
you
he
did the
doesn't
diamond
even
cutter
have the
symbol.
long hair anymore.
Oh yeah, because he's where is he at now? I think he's in Vegas. No, he's in Florida, I believe. Oh my God, you guys look so much. It's so crazy. Oh my God. Do you do DDP yoga?
We've done some autograph shows together, and we worked together on Devil's Rejects with Rob Zombie. So,
hold on, time out. DDP was in Devil's Rejects?
Yeah.
What? I don't even remember that. And that's actually my favorite of Rob Zombie's movies. House of a Thousand Corpses, cool, but Devil's Rejects. That was my joint. That was my jam.
I agree. That was my favorite thing that Rob's done too.
Yeah. Have you? Are you planning on collaborating with Rob anytime soon?
No plans. I wouldn't be against it, certainly, because I loved working with him. I always loved his music, and it was kind of cool to be the stunt coordinator on a movie that he's directing. So, I'm
just saying, he does Halloween now. I'm just saying.
I know.
you could just be like, oh, you know what? This could be like Jason Goes to Hell, but in Mike form. So it's like his soul goes into another form, which is you, and then now you become Mike Myers. Taylor Maine, you're awesome, but Kane, dude. But Kane,
Right.
And with that, because we are not going to be, flying to the moon or anything, but our last picture is a Jason X. Get it? Flying to the moon, Jason in space. Okay.
I get it.
He's like, I'm so gonna
you
kill
worked
you.
on that for a while, did you?
A little bit.
Joke? Yeah.
I was waiting. I was waiting a little bit. I know that you're gonna kill me, resurrect me, and kill me again. So yeah. So this last one is number 27, and this is let me see which one. Yes.
27, and it's
27.
two.
Melissa. That's Melissa Nicholson. That's Nicholson. And there is no instructions, so have fun with that. So
And it was Melissa?
Melissa, Melissa.
Yes. And the last name is what?
Nicholson, Nicholson. Cholson. I almost sound like Casey Kasem right there.
Not really.
I said almost. Like, geez. I'm
Not
gonna send Freddy to you, dude. He's gonna haunt you now. Oh, you see his eyes like, excuse me. Like, hold up, time out. Jason doesn't sleep, so
I'll bend Freddy over the couch.
ow.
Just a domination thing, that's all.
Yeah, I honestly I think no one. All right, okay. This might be something that may be contentious for you, but honest, I know, right? Honest thoughts of Freddy versus Jason.
I went to the theater and saw it because
that's the best thing you could say. Enough said, bro.
I was upset because not because I didn't play the character only, because I was told I was playing the character again.
What?
I had a meeting at New Line Cinema with an executive, just me and her in her office, and she slid me the script over and said, "We're finally doing this movie." So I thought that meant I was in. And then, director was hired and he wanted to do other stuff. And so I was gone.
Yeah, and that director only did that movie.
Right.
He never did another Jason movie again. It just made, apparently the reasoning why is because he wanted someone taller to tower over. I'm like, are you?
So
you could put platforms in his boots. Like there's so many different camera angles. Like, really?
And the guy that played Jason, Ken, is 2 inches taller than me.
That's it.
So I don't know if that really reads that much, does it?
So he's basically 7'14". That's so stupid.
Now, do you remember where I worked with him in the past?
With who?
Ken Kersinger. Just a good bit of trivia here.
Oh my gosh. Geez, it was an earlier work.
I killed him as Jason.
Explodes.
In what movie?
Jason Takes Manhattan.
As what?
If you ever watch it again, I'm in the diner and the cook comes out from behind the counter and tries to confront me, and I throw him into the mirror.
Yes, I remember that now. It's literally within our highlight reel in the beginning.
Yeah, and that's him. He went on to play Jason after me.
So he's just 2 inches taller than you?
Yeah.
So how, in all actuality, how tall are you?
6'3". He's 6'5".
You're not. No, because I'm 6'1". All right, no. Jason is not only 2 inches taller than me. That doesn't make sense. That means I can outrun him, man.
It's the movies, man.
Like you, I honestly thought you were about like 6'7", 6'8".
No.
Cameras, man. Hey, they could make Tom Cruise look like he's 6'2" and he's only whatever height he is. So
5'5".
That's great. I didn't say it.
I did. Did you hear me?
You're so ridiculous. And how's Melissa's print?
It is good.
Awesome. And that is number 27.
All right.
And that is all of the prints that we have in order right now. So we do have the 7 other prints that we have. We have 3 of the collage prints that are all VIPs, and then we have another 3 collage prints that are not VIPs, and then we have the pure doc picture from Friday the 13th, part 7. So that's 7 different pictures.
I'm just checking to make sure I didn't miss the.
Oh, that's not a problem. That is not a problem whatsoever. But I definitely want to say, Kane, thank you so much.
Thank you both for making this more fun than I expected. So thank you.
Well, we're not trying to die, so. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to go have some dinner then.
Well, there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, We want to say thank you very much for being on the stream here with Kane. We've been going for an hour and 30 minutes. Kane, tell everybody where they could find you on social media and new upcoming projects that you have going on.
Well, I mean, social media I'm really not good at. I go on Twitter and stuff, but not much. If you just keep an eye out for conventions, that's probably the easiest way to be able to say hello if I'm in your area. And I just finished a film called The Activated Man with Tony Todd, actually. And it's the most dialogue I've ever had in a film, so that's kind of fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, go to theaters and support Kane in his dialogue-heavy movie. Let's do this.
That's right. And the last thing I want to say to everyone is thank you for the support, and watch your fucking backs.
Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, you can always go to Streamily.com and get all of the information of upcoming talent, upcoming signings. Go to Streamily.com/Kane Hodder and get your Kane prints. As well, go to Streamily.live on all social media to find out what's the hubbub, bub. And on top of that, if you have any questions for myself or Morgan, you can catch me on all social media at Official Rob Fury. And Morgan?
I am on Instagram at Morgan Elizabeth Toll.
And with that, we are going to leave Kane with the final words. Kane, talk to them.
Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure.